Welcome to my handstand tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to learn a one-arm handstand. I'm going to give you some technical advice and some advice on how to practice as well. I hope you enjoy. When you start to practice one-arm handstands, it is important that you keep the shape that you would have in a normal handstand. You should still keep the hollow shape, which you would have if you were lying on the floor with your back pushed to the ground and no gap in between. You still need to open your shoulders, keep your arms straight, and keep your eyes focused on the floor. When you start to practice a one-arm handstand, I recommend that you pick a shape which is comfortable for you. For me, the easiest shape is a wide straddle because I feel like I have most balance. But if you don't have so much flexibility, you can put your legs in a V shape as well. You can have your legs even closer together in a V shape as I have them here. But this shape is definitely a lot easier than a handstand with straight legs, which I find the hardest to balance in. Before you start to try holding your weight on one arm, you can practice just transferring your weight. Give a small push with one hand and transfer the weight of your hip until it is above your shoulder. Then do the same thing on the other side. Try not to change anything in your alignment while you're doing this. I am not actually bending my side to transfer the weight of my hips. I am really just transferring the weight until it is above my shoulder. You can do this movement with lifting your hand off like I do it, or you can keep both hands on the floor to start off with. Do 5 sets of 10 transfers every day in your practice routine. Of course, you can see that I'm slightly changing the position of my legs, but it is really a lot more useful to focus where the weight of your hip is when you're transferring weight. When you feel ready, lift off your arm, transfer the weight slowly and lift off one finger after the other. Try to avoid moving your shoulder as well or doing a sudden movement with your hand, as this will really disrupt your shape. Before you lift off your arm, practice to hold your weight on one arm and keep just 3 fingers on the floor. Try to hold the handstand like this for 15 seconds and keep your eyes focused next to your hand. This will help you to get a sense of where your balance is, and it will also help you to build muscles for actually holding the one-arm handstand. When you're practicing to hold, try to imagine that your legs are being pulled away from you while your hips and shoulders are connected by pieces of elastic that hold them together. This will avoid your sides from shortening, which means that one side of your hip is moving closer to your shoulder or to the other, or from your legs rotating horizontally, like this. So one more time, here are the things that you should avoid when you're practicing. Try to avoid doing something funny with your shoulder or hand when you're lifting off the hand. Try to avoid arching and remember to keep a hollow shape. Try to avoid your sides from twisting or your hips from moving closer to your shoulder. Try to imagine that your torso is a solid square and the length from your shoulder to your hips is never changing. You can practice one-arm handstands on the floor or on canes if you have some at home. I personally find it a lot easier on canes than on the floor because I get a much better grip and it is lighter on my wrists. So once you're confident holding the one-arm handstand, you can really find out what different shapes you like and make it your own personal handstand. One last thing about the shoulder in the head position. I prefer to not push out my shoulder too much, as I feel that's a quite unstable position. And I keep my head just slightly apart from my arm and not really very close to it. So that's it. Now you can start practicing. I propose to you this training schedule if you want to advance your one-arm handstands. Do 5 times 30 seconds normal handstand holds. Do 5 times 10 weight transfers and 10 times 50-second holds on each side with just your fingers of the hand you want to lift off the floor. And of course, you should do plenty of ab exercises. Slowly you will start to feel more comfortable to lift off your hand completely. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. For more information, you can visit my Facebook page.